Hello, this is a set of exercises for people who want to improve balance and bone strength. I'm going to do another video in a few days' time for more advanced balance exercises. If you need to use a walking aid normally, so maybe you'd use a stick or a Zimmer frame, then do these exercises holding on to your kitchen worktop or sink or the back of a good sturdy chair like this. Okay. But you can make the exercises harder if you need to. We're going to start off just by marching on the spot. So like I say, if you need to, hold on to something or even hold on to two things. Bring your knees up as high as you can. And because we're aiming, as well as to improve balance, to keep your bones nice and strong, add a little bit of a stamp at the end. Okay? So you should be able to hear your feet hitting the ground. Okay? That little shockwave up through your bones actually helps to stimulate bone formation. So there's lots of evidence to show that doing these kind of exercises will prevent loss of bone density, and in some cases it can help to build up bone strength. Keep going. We'll keep this going for a good half a minute. I'd say we've probably done half a minute already actually. Okay. But nice high lifts and a good firm stamp with each one. Okay. And then we're going to do heel raises. Keeping muscles strong also helps to encourage bone strength and bone development. So good heel raises, lifting your full body weight. Okay. And then again, add a little bit of impact. So rather than just doing a gentle heel raise, if you feel able, drop your heels down so you get a bit of a judder through your body. I'm going to do another 15 from now. I'd aim for 20 each time. And holding on if you need to. If you can't do 20, it doesn't matter. Just do as many as you can and then rest and just wiggle your feet. Okay, just do a walk. So with all of these exercises, I'm going to do a set number, but just do what you can. And if you practice this maybe 3 or 4 times a week, it won't be too long before you can do the same number as me. If you find these exercises quite challenging, then you can have a chair nearby and sit down and have a little rest every now and then. Okay. We're going to do more of a balance exercise now. So I'm going to do it this way around to start with. So you're going to step to the side, have your feet wide apart, reach one way as far as you can, and then reach the other way as far as you can. Far enough that your heel just lifts off the floor on the side you're reaching away from. Okay? Do the other way. So you're reaching to the left, your right heel will just come up a little bit so your toes touching the floor on that side. If you need to hold on, then always keep one finger tip holding on all the time just to steady you. And make it a little bit more challenging again by watching your hands as you do it. We'll just do 5 more of these. Again, go at your own pace. If you get tired, stop and wait for me to start the next exercise. Okay. Another exercise for your legs now. So you're going to start off with knee bends down and up. Go as low as you can. So if that's your the lowest you can go, that's fine. If you can go lower, then take yourself right the way down and back up. Okay. I'm going to do 10 altogether, except I haven't been counting. So we'll do another 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just go as far as your knees will let you. So if you've got a bit of arthritis in your knees, you can still do this exercise, but maybe just to there. And then over time, you'll find that you can go further before your knees start to hurt. Now we're going to carry on with those knee bends, but this time we're going to hold it to get some really good strength training in these muscles here. So I'm going to hold it for 10 seconds each time. You hold it for as long as you can, and when your legs get tired, stand up and wait for the next one. So we're going to go down as low as you can and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up. Getting good strength in your muscles actually helps with balance as well, because your muscles are strong enough to react if you go a little bit out of balance. So it's not just practicing balance, but getting strength as well makes a big difference. And again, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up again. We're going to do that 3 more times. Remember, like I said, only hold it for as long as you can and build up how long you can hold it over time as you practice these exercises. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little wiggle in between. And again, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can't believe how hard it is to count when you're talking, because now I don't know how many of these I've done. I think it's 1 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up. Okay, so we'll give your legs a little bit of a rest now. We're going to do a balance one where you need to be able to balance as you move your arms around. Okay, so if you need to hold on, do one arm at a time. So hold on with one hand, put one arm out in front of you, follow it with your hand, with your head. So just turn one way and back and down and up, and then swap hands. Do the same this way. Okay. If you need to keep holding on, just keep doing that exercise, swapping hands. If you don't need to hold on, then make it a little bit more challenging. So easy is with your feet apart. So if you can do that quite easily with your feet apart, then bring your feet together and try it again. Always following your arm movements with your head. It's not uncommon to feel like you overbalance backwards when you go upwards, so just go as far as you feel happy to go. And if that still feels too easy, slide one foot a little bit forwards, so you're working harder to balance. And again, take one arm out and the other, following it all the time, so a little movement down with your head. If this makes you feel a little bit dizzy, then do the one-handed one and hold on with one hand. Okay, if that's too easy, then have one foot directly in front of the other, and this is where I'll start to wobble now. So you need to be working at a level where you actually feel a little bit challenged. So this is the right level for me. So you can see my legs wobbling as I'm working at it. If even this is easy for you, you need to wait for my next more harder exercise program to come out. Okay, and relax. So we're going to move back to leg exercises now. So I'll do this front on, so you can either hold on to something either side of you. If you're in a galley kitchen, this is perfect actually. Keep yourself upright, try not to tip your body. You're going to move your leg out to the side, keeping your body upright. Okay. And try and hold it there. So it's quite easy to do this, but what I want you to do is try and keep your leg out there for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and swap. If you can do it without holding on, then that's what you should do. 4, 3, 2, 1, and swap. You can do it holding on to your worktop, so both your hands are facing, and that's fine as well. Anytime if you're starting to get tired, just find a seat and have a sit down and join back in again when you're ready. Or you could just do half of the video and then tomorrow do the other half. If you can, we're going to do another 5 on each leg. But stop and rest whenever you need to. Losing count again. I think there's number 3. And number 3. 2 more to go on each leg. And last one on each leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Should be really feeling it in these muscles now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Again, just let your legs wiggle out a little bit. Okay, so we've done quite a lot of work for our legs and some balance exercises there as well. If you wanted to keep your bones strong, you need to do something similar with your arms as well. Otherwise you'll keep your legs and your spine strong, but the bones in your arms will still be just the same. So weight bearing again can be really helpful. So you can use a wall, which is slightly easier, or if you want to make it a bit harder, be slightly downwards. So come a little bit away, and you're just going to do some press ups. So down and up. Try and keep your body nice and straight. So tighten up your tummy muscles. Don't have your bottom sticking up in the air or sagging down like this. Okay. So for the easier one, against the wall, have your hands a little bit lower than your shoulders. You can make it harder by taking your feet further from the wall, and easier by being more upright. 1, 2. If you can do 20, great. If not, just do what you can do and then stop and rest. Doesn't matter if your heels leave the floor as you go forwards. That's 18, 19, 20. Now if that was too much for you, what you could start with is just taking your weight down from one arm to the other. So lean on your kitchen worktop or the back of your sofa like I'm doing, and just take your weight onto one arm and then onto the other. So you're still getting that benefit of pressure of body weight going down through your arms to stimulate that bone density, and also toning up your arm muscles just holding your weight. Okay, the next one, if you can safely get yourself an obstacle. If not, just imagine you've got something on the floor, but it's much better if there is something there. Give yourself a bit of an obstacle, preferably not one that rolls away from you. Okay, and you're going to step sideways over it, side to side, 10 each way. Do it without holding on if you can. If you feel a little bit unsteady, make sure you do it where you can grab something if you need to. And if you can't do it at all without holding on, then keep your hands on the whole time and that's fine. One more. And then turn around to face the obstacle. If you've picked something that's quite big like I have and you're finding that your toes catching on it because you can't lift your foot far enough over it, pick something a bit smaller. There's always something under the sofa. There we go. lightsaber. Everybody has a lightsaber, I'm sure. So you can do the same over this, so you don't have to lift your legs quite so far. This time you're going to do forwards, holding on if you need to, and backwards. So stepping over it forwards, stepping over it backwards. Leading with your right leg to start with. If you find you can do this really well with one leg but not with the other leg, then practice with the leg that you find most difficult. Okay, and then swap legs, leading with your left leg and backwards. Okay, slide it out of the way, no one would know it was there. Okay, we're going to do a couple of different balance ones now. So not looking so much at strength of coordination. Well, no, actually, take that back. This takes a bit of coordination. So have your fingertips against something because you will probably need to steady yourself if you've not done this before. Okay, and if you have to hold on properly, that's fine, or if you can do it just fingertips, and then as you get better at it without holding on. So you're going to try and walk heel to toe. And then backwards, and you'll definitely need to hold on if you haven't done this before, going backwards until you get good at it. Okay, if that just feels far too difficult, then just bring your feet as close together as you can. So instead of walking with your feet a little bit apart, which makes you more stable, you walk with your feet as close together as you can so that you're challenging your balance, making your system work harder to keep balanced. So maybe if you have a line on the floor, if you're doing this on laminate floor or on a patterned floor, have your foot just one foot directly either side of the line. And we'll do one more length. And I'm going to keep to heel to toe because that's what I need to work on to keep my balance good. And back again. Okay, now we're going to do a head and eye movement exercise now. So people who have problems with dizziness, sometimes it's to do with the communication between your eyes and your ears, because your eyes have to adjust to your head movement all the time. So again, if you need to, hold on for this. If you get really dizzy doing this, then you should practice this exercise sitting down first before you try them standing up. Okay, you're going to pick something in your room that you can look at. So I've got just behind the camera, I've got a little Spider-Man model, so I'm going to look at that. So it could be an ornament, it can be a picture on the wall, it could be a fridge magnet, really doesn't matter. Okay, just pick something to look at and keep looking at it the whole time. And just a little bit of movement, turning your head from side to side while you're still looking at that object. Again, if you can do this without holding on, great. Otherwise, just whatever support you need. Don't worry if your neck creaks a little bit while you do this, it's quite normal. Okay, and then a little nod of your head, still keeping your eyes fixed on that target. Okay, if you go a little bit dizzy, that's actually quite a good exercise for you to do, but you need to stop and wait till the dizziness passes before you move on to the next movement or the next exercise. And like I say, if you get really dizzy with it, do it sitting down. And then do a little side to side with your head. I think this is, for me, the most challenging one for my eyes to keep up with. You have messages also going into your balance system from the joints right at the top of your neck, so keeping your neck mobile will help with your balance. We're just going to finish with just some more marching on the spot like we started with, okay, just as a gentle warm down. Knees nice and high again, and again you actually need to hear your feet hitting the ground, so you're getting that little extra jolt through your joints and your bones to stimulate them. I'm going to do half a minute from now. If you're finding this quite easy, then you can make it a little bit harder by bringing your arms in. Again, so you have to work a little bit harder to balance. You've got your knee up and you're on one leg for maybe a little bit longer for the time it takes for you to get your hands to your knees. Okay, hope you enjoyed those exercises. Keep working on them, and over time you'll get better and better, and soon I'll post one for people who find these too easy and need to do something harder.